Welcome to Document Episode 3. You guys like this lighting?
Tony Soprano.
Fuck, that was Godfather. No.
Here we are in the workshop.
It's not really a workshop, it's just an old bench in a garage. But we're gonna make it work. So what are we doing today? Today, we are starting the build for the overhead camera rig for the craft room. So in the craft room, we have a desk that goes from wall to wall. What we want to do is be able to record, document, stream crafting sessions that we're doing, and to share it with everybody. So we are building the camera rig system that will allow us to use that. Good. So basically how this is going to work is there's going to be two 2x4s that are on each wall. Screwed into those 2x4s is going to be this rail that's usually used for a barn door system. Two steel galvanized pipes go from wall to wall and are going to be gliding on those two rails. And then there will be two individual cameras that are coming down from the rails. Those will be attached on monopods. So that each camera can individually be moved around and changed depending on what we're doing that day. So what do we need to do now? We need to sand the galvanized pipes so that we can prime them, so that sometime this weekend we can paint them. If there's enough time today, I'll also take you inside. We'll start clearing the space, hopefully get the 2x4s mounted on the walls, and maybe even get the rails cut as well. Kind of really depends on how much time we have, because I think it's already about 7:30, 8 p.m., and we don't have too much sunlight. So first things first, let's get outside, sand some pipes, smoke some beers, dude. Thoughts. I need to come up with better B-roll ideas. I can't talk. I don't know if you can see it. There's a giant poop right there. So you guys thought I wasn't gonna be safe and protect myself. You were wrong.
I accidentally got the small one. Doesn't go over my chin. I'm too stubborn to return it though.
There's this stupid kid who keeps asking about this cat. The cat doesn't want to live there. It wants to live with us.
So the first thing I'm doing is removing the layer of galvanized stuff on the outside of the pipe. There's some better terminology for it, but I didn't really do enough research. All I know is I need to get rid of it because there's some coating on there that doesn't like paint. So we got to get rid of that so we can paint these.
There's dog poop. There's dog poop right there. One down, one to go.
That took way longer than I thought it was going to. Whew. All right, so now that that is done, what I need to do is get these clean so that I can prime them. So I'm first gonna be going over them with some dish soap just to get all of the extra gook off. And then I gotta go over it with some tack cloth, let it dry a little bit, and then hopefully we can prime it tonight.
Did it.
Of course it's bent, you f***ing moron. What did you expect?
I bent it. Seems like I bent the pole a little bit while I was sanding it, So, might have to find a way to support the middle of these pipes, or else I'm gonna have to go up from 3/4 inch to 1 inch in diameter. Bent it back and it seems to be okay, but who knows what happens when it gets up there. All right, so what's happened so far is the pipes have been cleaned, they were sanded, they were cleaned again, and now what we're doing is we're taking some tack cloth. And we're gonna wipe these down just to make sure there isn't any extra residue or dirt so that these will be ready for priming. All right, now that these are all good to go, we're gonna spray them down with some primer. I didn't check to see if it was gonna rain tonight. It's rained like the past 4 days. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pray. If it does rain, I'm gonna take that as a sign that I need to upgrade from the 3/4 inch to the 1 inch pipe, and we'll go from there. Oh. All right, coat of primer is done. I'm scared that this bent pipe is going to f me. But I think it'll be all right. You know, the slide for the cameras doesn't have to be perfect. As long as the camera can move, I can deal with it. Who knows, I might end up just redoing this whole part of the project anyways. But for now, they're primed, they gotta dry, and come back probably sometime on Friday and give them a coat of paint. So I know what you're all thinking. How is this all going to work? Let me explain. This 2x4 is gonna get cut into pieces. One is gonna go along that wall, and one is gonna go along that wall. This is a barn door rail. So normally this rail will get mounted onto a barn door wall, and then this wheel sits here and rolls back and forth. So then this rail is also going to get cut into pieces. One will go into the piece of wood on this wall, and then the other one will go into the other piece of wood on that wall. So once the 2x4s are up on each wall, and then the barn door rail is attached to that 2x4, the next mechanism that needs to get put together is the pipes. So there's going to be 2 pipes that go from wall to wall, and those are each going to be screwed with a steel flange on each end. So then the steel flange screws into the 2x4, the 2x4 screws into the wheels, so the 2 pipes that go from wall to wall will be able to be pushed all the way back towards this wall or pulled all the way this way. So that controls that movement. There's going to be a box sort of like this made out of wood with 2 holes on each side for the pipes to pass through. This wooden box will be able to slide left and right all the way to that wall, all the way to this wall, so that whatever is attached to this can go back and forth. Going through that wooden box is going to be this monopod. So there will be 2 of these boxes on the rails, so that means 2 monopods. That way, a camera will be attached to the end of this monopod. You can undo these clasps, and the camera can go all the way down to the desk. So it's gonna sit up here pretty high, but the camera will be able to go all the way down to the desk. And again, there's gonna be 2 of these, so 2 cameras at any given time. So the whole camera rig itself will be able to go this way, slide back and forth all the way to each wall, and then each camera will be able to come down to desk level as well.
Wait a minute, we have a beautiful sunset. I just gotta show you.
Predicament. Predicament? Predicament. I'm in a pickle. Do I get a time lapse of this awesome sunset, or do I cut the pieces of wood I need to finish inside? I'll just show you the sunset. So was I too loud during your stream?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you videotaping me?
Nope!